The Enderman. Slender creatures that have been haunting the world of Minecraft for over a decade. From their mysterious old green eyes to their cryptic calls, what secrets do they hold? Well, let's find out in the complete evolution of the Enderman. Some unknown time on or before July 26th, 2011, Notch, the creator of Minecraft, would post the following image to his Google Plus account. Standing in a Minecraft desert were 6 of these mysterious black creatures. One was holding a sand block, whilst another was holding a dirt block, both with their arms far stretched out. This was the first sight we ever received of the Enderman. July 28th, 2011. Notch would post a series of tweets about those mysterious creatures, and they read as the following. At least you can make them stop teleporting by looking directly at them now. The Endermen are peaceful. If you look straight at them, they freeze and they look at you. When you look away again, they run past and teleport. They run towards you, not away. So if you happen to look at one, do not look away. They stop being peaceful if you look straight at them. These creatures sound quite interesting, don't they? July 29th, 2011. Notch would release a blog post detailing his thought process on creating the Enderman. I've left a link in the description to a copy of the full post if you're interested in reading that. But to just summarise all that, it was within this article that Notch discusses designing fear within Minecraft. He emphasises that negative events should be clear and controllable, so that there's less player frustration. He creates a new creepy mob. Initially it was similar to a zombie, but unlike a zombie, this mob was programmed with more, well, psychological behaviouring. This mob, later known as the Enderman, is passive until directly looked at. He then freezes and stares back. When eye contact breaks, it chases the player and teleports to stay visible. Okay, that's cool and all, but at this point, the Enderman was just something that Notch had been talking about. No one had actually experienced this mob. Well, for now. For on August 26th, 2011, that would change. For in the beta demo at PAX, and PAX by the way is just a gaming event, the Enderman was for the first time shown to the players. Now, in this demo, the Endermen were a little different, as when killed, they dropped diamonds. But that was merely a placeholder for the Ender Pearls, as those would be introduced very shortly. September 9th, 2011. In the pre-release to Beta 1.8, the Endermen were officially added to Minecraft. These creepy monsters have the behaviours described by Notch previously. There were many glitches, but for the most part, it was accurate. These were the Endermen, and when killed, just like today, they would drop the Ender Pearls. Now these Endermen also gain the ability to pick up any block, and when I say any, I mean any block, as in this version they have the power to pick up monster spawners, and even bedrock. Also the Endermen emit black smoke, and have zombie sounds, but those sounds were merely placeholders for something far more sinister, but I'll discuss that later. Also, one very noticeable difference about these old Endermen was that their eyes were actually green in this version. Now, green is objectively the best colour, but it does just look oddly unsettling to witness an Enderman with non-purple eyes. It just doesn't seem right. But anyways, a few days later, Minecraft Beta 1.8 would be fully released to the public. In this update, the Enderman eyes were changed to their familiar purple hues, and the Endermen were made to emit portal particles instead of black smoke. Also, they no longer picked up any unobtainable blocks, or blocks with inventories. But at that point, they could still pick up any other full block. So now let's fast forward a few weeks to September 22nd, 2011. It was on this date that the first Beta 1.9 pre-release would come out. In this update, the Endermen were no longer killable with a bow, or snowballs, or eggs, or any other ranged weapon, as they would now teleport away before impact. Additionally, they gained the behaviour of teleporting away and becoming neutral if they ever found themselves in water. Also, the Endermen were changed to no longer pick up just any random block, as now they were limited to certain blocks, such as dirt, grass blocks, cacti, clay, gravel, sand, and many others that would arrive in future updates. But there was a limited selection, and without changing some complex commands within your own game, they will only pick up those limited selection of blocks. Now for pre-release 3 of Minecraft Beta 1.9, not to tweet, Endermen suck because they're annoying, and because I nerfed them and made them too easy. I shall fix this. And he fixed this by increasing the Enderman health from 10 hearts to 20, a 100% increase. It's quite a lot. But do you know what else you could increase by 100%? The chance of you seeing another one of these videos, if you subscribe. I plan to cover many interesting questions about Minecraft in the future, so please do subscribe if that interests you. But anyways, moving on, we reached the greatest change to the Endermans so far to date. For within Beta 1.9 pre-release 4, a new dimension, the End, is added as the home of the Enderman within Minecraft. It was within this land that the Endermen spawn most frequently, inhabiting almost any block within this desolate land. Also, if you go into spectator mode, and you view the Enderman's point of view, you can see the world through their eyes. And rather quickly you will realise that the endstone that covers their land looks rather like cobblestone, and the eyes of the other Enderman, and even the Ender Dragon, are green. Perhaps this has some sort of lore implications, but carrying on, it was within this update that the Endermen were made to no longer burn within sunlight, but instead they will now randomly teleport around until they find a dark spot of shade, or until they despawn. Beta 1.9 release candidate. Endermen were finally given their own custom sounds, all of which would become, well, iconic, but most infamously would be his angry stare sound, which goes as the following. That's terrifying. But the other sounds aren't just irrelevant compared to that terrifying audio experience, as some of the Enderman sounds have secret messages within them, such as the Enderman's idle sounds, when reversed, are theorized to be English. The famous Enderman teleport sounds were also introduced, which you should likely recognise. Snapshot 12W22A. In this version, the Enderman's behaviour was slightly modified, as they would now stop in front of the player and teleport behind whenever they attempt to swing their swords at them. Also, the Enderman would start to stalk the players when aggravated, hunting them down, fully intent on killing them. Snapshot 12W38A. The Enderman sounds were refined so that they now play at their full length. That infamous static sound, which was meant to be inspired by Slenderman, would play whenever the player looks at him, or whenever the Endermen open their jaws. Snapshot 14W06A. The Enderman AI received an update in the snapshot, improving its Pathfinder ability, thus meaning it can now hunt you down more effectively. Also, the Endermen now teleport after being damaged by any source. That includes suffocation or fire aspect. March 11th, 2014. Dinnerbone, who is a developer of Minecraft, announced in a tweet that a group of Endermen are actually known as a Haunting of Enderman. Snapshot 14W11A. The Endermen were made to walk slightly faster, but also, more interestingly, the Endermen will now spawn Endermites whenever they teleport. Well, with a 15% chance, minus 1% for each Endermite already spawned. And Endermites, in case you don't know or have likely forgotten, are these little purple bug things that serve absolutely no purpose and are only an annoyance. Anyways, in Snapshot 14W17A, the Endermen were no longer hostile to non-pulse spawned Endermites, and in Snapshot 14W28A, Endermites no longer spawn from Enderman teleporting. Next up in Snapshot 15W31A, the Endermen now drop the blocks that they are holding, when they are killed. They also gained an additional animation for when they were attacking. And interestingly, it was within this snapshot that they were given the behaviour of continued aggravation towards the player, despite any contact they might make with water. So now there'll be no hiding away from them. Even the water, which they hate, will not stop them from hunting you down. Fast forward just under a year later, to snapshot 16W20A, the Enderman now spawn in the fiery hell dimension of the Minecraft universe, the Nether. And with this new dimension expansion, they also gain the ability to hold netherrack. Snapshot 16W32A was a technical change for the Enderman, changing their name ID from Enderman to Enderman. The only difference there being a non-capitalized E to begin with. Snapshot 16W35A changed it so that the Endermen are now dealt 1 heart of damage by splash water bottle potions, as they just really do not like water. Perhaps they even dislike water as much as they dislike you when you don't press that like button. Anyways, moving on, let's skip to Minecraft 1.16, the Nether update. This was a massive update for Minecraft, and with that came many changes to the Enderman, and so in chronological order, here are the changes that they underwent. Enderman sounds are now heard at a shorter range. Endermen spawn in soul sand valleys and warp forests. Endermen now pick up Nylium, Crimson Roots, Warped Roots, and Fungi variants. Endermen no longer pick up Netherrack. Endermen prevent other Endermen from spawning nearby within warped forests. Endermen no longer despawn when they're holding a block. Endermen no longer place their held blocks onto bedrock blocks. And finally, Endermen no longer place their held blocks onto entities. That's quite a lot of changes, but let's keep going. Moving on to the Caves and Cliffs update, the Endermen were not free from their own set of additional changes, so let's quickly speed through those as well. Endermen are now hostile towards all Endermites, instead of just those that are spawned from Ender Pearls. Endermen now pick up rooted dirt, flowering azaleas, and flowering azalea leaves, but then some of those changes were reverted, as Endermen stopped being able to pick up flowering azaleas and flowering azalea leaves. And now Endermen only spawn at light level 0. We're getting quite close to modern Minecraft now, so let's get to it. Minecraft 1.19 changed it so that Endermen can now pick up mud. Also because of that update, Endermen now spawn from light level 0 to 11 within the Nether, and 0 to 7 within the overworld. And that was it for Minecraft 1.19. And so that puts us onto Minecraft 1.20, the Trails and Tails update. In that recent update, Endermen were given an increased vertical attack reach, spanning their entire height of their hitbox, thus meaning that players would now need to be 3 blocks above the ground in order to avoid an Enderman attack, instead of the previous 1.5 blocks. So that's the complete history of the Enderman. However, what does the future hold for these demonic beings? Well, in my opinion, the Endermen are close to facing a great change that is on a scale like never before. That's because Minecraft 1.22 might just be an end update. Now, I have thought that the last of many updates were going to be end updates, but this one could actually be it this time. So, if that is the case, what sort of changes will the Endermen endure? Well, I don't exactly know yet. Perhaps you might have some ideas that you could share within the comments. But wait, before you do that, there is something that I do believe would be in an end update, and that's the return of the Illusioners. That might sound crazy, but I can explain. Just watch this video, and all is revealed.